Hi everyone, you're watching Forex, and in this video, as usual, I'll make my analysis for the coming week for main pairs and import levels, of course, and I'll share with you my possible entry points. So this week was quite interesting, guys. I also had a video interview with CEO of Yield Notes. Remember, I told you about the project a few weeks ago right now. And if you haven't seen the video, please watch it. You'll find out what Steve told and how you can earn with cryptocurrency these days. Yeah, there are some different ways of doing it. Trading, mining was very popular. Now it's masternoding is another popular way of doing it. So if you are interested, of course, that might be interesting for you also to listen. And I will make another video, of course, this week, this new coming week, with the results of profits, what they achieved this month in September. And of course, there will be videos. I will tell you about the gold trades with the EA and also automatically, and share with you possibly the trades which I had made manually. Also, for the month, of course, September finished, so we'll give you some details of the results. And this week I also posted a little bit of another video of my trading. Sometimes you know I can do so, and you like videos like that, so of course maybe I will try a little bit more videos to do those type of videos. But you see, usually it is very late for me at night, and that's why I get a bit tired, and recording the videos when you need to concentrate really doing things, and recording the videos is not very convenient, let's say it that way. So okay, let's get started with Eurodollar and just see what happened and what I'm expecting this coming week. Well, pretty much, guys, you probably heard about the news that President of the United States, Trump, is in hospital now, and he was tested positive on COVID. It actually was already news on Friday, and I was really surprised that actually market did not react much on such news. I thought the dollar would fall, though that actually the markets were waiting for some stimulus which were promised, but I believe they were still not agreed that week. They were supposed to be, but so maybe this week that would be news. You need to follow, of course, the news about the situation with the US president, with the stimulus, and the whole situation, of course, with COVID. So that's kind of like very interesting. So let's just see technical view. I just told you a little bit about the news, and now we're going to look from that technical view. So first of all, remember, euro dollar was last week stopped here, and that's what I was telling you guys. So from here I was expecting correction for euro dollar, and that's exactly what happened. And I send you a video again. Remember, guys, if you want to get updates from me, and you want to get it to be like know first about what's happening about it, sign up through Telegram, okay? And I send always I might not send it like through Facebook or the other social sites, but Telegram is definitely the first I will post anything. So I was making the video right when I was showing you where we had double bottoms created. So that was how I look for the entry point, okay? The video I made. It was, I think, very nice and educational. So yeah, you see, it's created a double bottom, and so I had a buy order, and which worked quite well. And I was waiting for it either to go in this area or that area. Remember, I was telling you also in my last video. So it stopped right now here, and of course, technically looking, we are still in a downtrend channel, and of course this looks a little bit like, again, either double top, but now it's a little bit more like a head and shoulders, right? So for example, here I would expect to create me a little bit shoulder, and then of course continue the way down, just like inside this channel. But because of this interesting news, right, what's happening, it's quite easily, of course, like consolidate a bit here in this area and maybe break and go up. But I mean, okay, it's not happened, but I think it's because also you are suffering from COVID pretty much, and the cases are rising. So that's why there are again 50-50 to options right now. Technically, I would say yes, we should continue the way down from here, and with the news it can easily go up. So where is my entry point? Very easy. So I'm going on 1 hour chart, and you're probably already understanding that this area, if it will consolidate a little bit more in here, will be my possible entry point. So either I will be placing pending order buy and the same time pending order sell, and then we will see where it goes. So of course, like bear in mind, this week could be very messy because of this mixed news. So that's it. Of course, if it will continue, if it will go up, then we will see the next level. If it will go down, maybe somewhere in the middle again, we'll have a stop. Will give us a little bit of maybe little channel. Maybe we'll have a bit of a correction, giving like a bit of a flag or anything, and then continue inside this channel. Maybe go to the next level, breaking it even so. But that's the first possible entry point. With pound, guys, it's going to be interesting. I didn't had any trades. I was trying to place order here, sell. You saw me also in the video, and well, then it's just nothing's happened. I just decided not to do anything because you see how messy it went. This Saturday they were saying there will be some Brexit deal talks, and this could be quite important. That's what you need to follow. So pretty much, if there will be yes or no something, then of course pound will have jump up or jump down. I would expect a possible gap. So of course, if there will be gap, and with the news, then I will not be looking at straight away closing that gap. So if it will have a gap down, for example, it will probably continue down at some point. If it will have a gap up, it will probably continue the way up at some point, and then we'll be trying to turning and closing the gap. Depends how the news will turn. Okay, so that's why with right now with pound dollar, all I can say, technically looking at this moment, we had a big drop, right, as you can see, and it's created shoulder. This looks like a head, and this looks also like a shoulder to me. So technically looking, we are in the uptrend channel, and we are looking into continue the way up. You see, this is the uptrend channel we have. So that's pretty much, I would say, well, maybe it will give a little bit bigger shoulder and then go up. That's technically, but at the same time, remember guys, I have been telling you about this area where it's, you see, stuck previously. That's why if there will be mixed something not understandable this Saturday, will not give anything, then I would, like I'm saying, expect more to sit, maybe even going like this, or actually sitting in this area before we are now in October. I think the deadline is the end of October, right? So that's why I would say maybe it will not make those big movements. If, let's say, nothing's happened this weekend, I would still think it might just go inside here before there is something else will come out. Okay, so that's why I see from one side it looks a bit more positive in uptrend. At the same time, I would look into the possible flat, and of course, so that's two variation, I would say, if there is nothing happens in this weekend. So if there is something good, then of course I would see it going up, and quite easily it might go again to those areas, and who knows how strong it could be. It might go even further, but I would think that probably still around this area, because well, like I'm saying, depends. It might be just one stage of it, right? And still uncertain what's going to be next. So that's why I would say possibly around this area it might be stopping. Well, who knows? Of course, we'll have previous another top here. Okay, and of course, if it will go down, well, we have here really a good field of, you know, I mean, at this moment, still people more skeptical, but you see, pound was actually going up more than down. So that's why I don't know, anything can happen. So I'm still also myself a little bit skeptical, but I still think there will be no deal. Why? You see, I'm just a little bit more time spent on this, because look, if EU will give good conditions for UK, then other countries might would want to get out, right? So if other countries would say, oh look, UK come out quite nicely, we want to get out too, because a lot of countries complaining. So that's why for EU, I mean, just think logically, it would be more like punish UK, right? To tell them, oh, we're not going to be giving you what you want. So that's why I would be more looking into this. So they would show like, okay, if the other countries would want to get out, so that's what you see on the UK example, you're not going to get what you want. So that's how I would feel more towards that way. So that's why I would be still more negative about this deal. But I don't know what ties they have between each other. You see, I'm not a politician, I'm not financial advisor or economist or anything. That's why depends what relation UK and the EU really have, what things are having them together. That's why they might have those negotiations and they might not say like or do what they really want to do. I'm sure EU really wants to punish UK. I think they want, but maybe they can't. So you see, that's why that's how I see it. So pretty much, yeah, then it can go down. So that could be any other levels where it can stop. So you see, that's my point of view on pound at this moment. That's why right now I maybe just see and stay aware. Of course, that would be quite nice area if nothing happens. So if it will start to consolidate, then possible we'll be looking at possible entry points. But like I'm saying, if there is no news kinda, then technically it might be another shoulder or actually continue the way up. So that's my view. Dollar yen had a really big, you see, this whole week pretty much just sitting in flat. It actually went up into the area where I told you about, so it was possible just to place sell from this level, but I decided not to touch it because such a mixed news. And I believe that this drop was based on the news with the Trump going into the tested positive, right, on COVID. So pretty much, I would say like because of the news like this, I would see dollar get weak. But maybe they're still waiting for those stimulus, the news about the stimulus, and of course that gives the dollar a bit of strength. So technically looking, once again, it looks inside downtrend channel, so I would presume it will have to continue the way down, except it is a smaller downtrend channel. We still have another big one, so of course from here it might have a bit of consolidation and actually continue the way up inside this and then turn around. So, and of course at the same time it might just drop. Where to look? So that's kind of the view. And where to look at possible entry points? Well, of course, as usual, like you know, I like to get into the like smaller areas, so that's I'm just going to see. Well, maybe in here it's no, so that's probably is going to be that just that area where I will be looking in here. So maybe around this area, yes. So maybe if it will get into here somewhere, so I will have a look at possible entry points, because right now I don't really like it as much with all this news. It's just not, you see, it didn't have a big drop. I mean, okay, it might be a little bit of like, let's say, correction, and then it will just break it and continue the way down. So you see, it could be a little bit of this bearish flag. But like I'm saying, I would have expected it going down because of this. I mean, it's really this news. But let's see how the weekend, how it will progress. I mean, I think if the president will get into really bad condition, right now he's controlling the power still, but if he will be in a bad condition and have to pass the power, I think then it should actually drop. So that's my view at this moment. I'll just wait. I don't have any entry points for that. Dollar Canadian has a little bit better area. Also, you see it was pretty much flat, and even with oil price, it still didn't affect the pair. We will have a look at oil prices a little bit later. So you see, first I thought it will be double top, but then it started to like sit a little bit longer in here and not creating exactly double top. So that's why I wasn't sure. First I was placing some orders, had a small profit, and I was just waiting to see what's going to happen. And it's just, okay, it could have been possible to use that little triangle, see, and then it's full. So it's pretty much, once again, you see, guys, just as I was expecting, we are in the trend channel, right, in a downtrend channel. So it's finished that move, went down a little bit here. Of course, we are still in this big, like, well, that's why I was moving the levels last time. So you see, it was stopped actually from here, and quite possible it's actually might continue the way down. Bear in mind this kind of news, right? So it would be logical. Otherwise, of course, if there will be, market will be more concentrating on those stimulus they're promising, then of course from here it might break and actually go up. Maybe we'll consolidate a little bit here and break and smashing it and continue to the next possible level where I have previously, again, remember guys, the gap we had here. So that's around this area, 135, right? So that's pretty much the view. Based what the news are going to be. So that's my possible entry point area. Okay, so we'll sit a little bit more here. I mean, I pretty much can already place pending order buy, because you see it's a good distance to go up and it's a really good distance to go down. So that's the first area to look at. Australian dollar also did exactly as expected from here. I was expecting a correction. It's giving me double bottom, also perfect entry point. You saw it also in the video, so it went up in here, inside this area. So right now it's also very mixed. It's kind of looking still kind of in the downtrend channel, so might continue, might at the same time jump inside and actually go up again. So pretty much going to be news. There will be some news for Australian dollar, maybe there will be something, except not expecting too much. So where I will be looking at my possible entry points with Australian dollar is also not very hard at this point. You see it started to create a little bit of the channel, so I'll wait a little bit more consolidation, maybe like on Monday, and then place in orders. You see if it will go up, it has enough to go, maybe be stopped by the level, well, previous stop, or go inside, okay, in this area. And of course at the same time, if it will you know, sit in here and then fall, also is enough space to go inside this to the next level, or maybe even smash it and go back to the previous other level. So you see the first entry point is already there. Of course it might, I will be looking at possible giving me this another top, right, double top. So quite could be a little bit of a double top, and more looking towards going down. So at the same time, if it will go up and then jump into this area, so you understand this would be my next area for possible entry points. And once again, technically looking will be still looking downtrend, but with the news, who knows, it might actually jump inside and continue the way up, more up inside this area. So that's my view on this. Euro pound is also, you can see, was very messy, but pretty much okay. First it smashed the area where I thought it may be triangle, but you know that usually triangles creating in the trend. So of course that was a first possibility that it was a downtrend channel, but I was expecting it possible here. Anyway, I had a good entry point. Remember also in that area I was having the buy, but then I just didn't do anything because of the mess with the pound. So pretty much the same. I'm gonna leave it here because, well, it's could be bullish flag, right? So depends now on the news with pound. From here it also might give a gap or go wherever the pound dollar will go, either up or down. So at this moment I would just not do anything and wait for the next move. So pretty much here, of course, technically if nothing happens, it should continue and finish the move inside this channel, and maybe some consolidation in here, and then with the news wherever it's going to be there, so it might go back up, or of course smashing it and who knows, continue the way down. But let's just see once again in this area. See, no, just leaving it like this, because right now it's a waiting time. Gold also did exactly as expected. So after the drop, expectation of correction, so you see it covered a bit of the previous wing, gave us again, it was very perfect, this perfect entry point, double bottom in the area where I was telling you to look for, right? And so we had a really nice run, and it's quite pretty much still sits in this downtrend channel. So you see it touched it and stayed but below the previous very strong support level. You see it's touching it, but it's not breaking in. So that kind of gives the idea that it should continue the way down. But like I'm saying, with this interesting news with US president and COVID, I would expect more of gold going up. But I guess, like again, I'm repeating myself, this must be this US stimulus still not letting gold to go up. So where is my entry points? You understand the position. So technically looking, we're still looking into downtrend, but news can change it. So where I will be looking at possible get into that. Like I'm saying, you see guys, for my strategy, I don't care pretty much where it will go, as long as I have my patterns and the areas, and I'll just get for small profits. I don't sit and run and wait for it to go one direction, you know, or the other direction, as long as it moves nicely. So you see, like you saw in the bigger picture, it could be double top, could be head and shoulders. So, and the first possible entry point could be in here, where we have a little bit of double top. So, well, plus minus, let's see, where is this neck area? See, 50 pips. I only need like gold move 20 pips or something. Well, 10, but gold has bigger spread. That's why roughly 20 pips to get me a small profit. So in here, you see, if it will create me a little bit of the consolidation, I can place the orders. You see, both directions will go up, very good movement, and if it will go down, I mean, good space, okay, even to this previous little bottom. Here I have 60 pips, and of course go to next on nearly 120 pips. So that would be my first possible entry point. Of course, if it's actually double top creating, so you should possibly smash that and just go to the next area or even go further. But with this uncertain news, that might be just have a small consolidation and then started to move. And of course, if it will go move here and break this level, then it consolidate. I would probably see a little bit more towards uptrend, because this is a very strong level and it's trying to break it this time, and it's not doing it, but it's still not giving up. You see the lows are higher and higher every time, so that's why I see it might have tried to storm this area once again. And will it be successful or not? That's the question. But at this moment, you see it's trying to get up. So of course, if it will go down, then we'll see which level it will stop at and give me another consolidations, right? So of course, if it will go up, the same thing, we'll see where it's going to stop, because it's a big field. We've been here before and we had some stops everywhere, so that's why it can go and stop anywhere it wants. So that's the position with gold in my view. Pound yen, the same thing. The pound 4-hour chart, you see it moved up as expected, because it is an uptrend channel, right? So I told you about it, and it's created kind of looking like head and shoulders. You see upside down head and shoulders, so that's why at this moment it's all looking towards going up. But the news are going to be changing, so the direction. So pretty much I would say, yeah, okay, more consolidation, so I could possibly place buy orders pending from that level and sell pending order from that level, but it is a very wide channel. So you see it's very wide, it's nearly 90 pips. So if you trade your stops, you would need to have a stop above or below. Well, it could be rewarding because you will be trying to catch a very big move up, and well, very big move down. Who knows if it will go down? You see it's 150. If you have a stop loss around 100 and you're looking for 150, take profit or even further, then of course you can try and risk it. So, but it's a little bit too big for me, that channel. Inside it, I'm not really feel comfortable to look for any possible entry points, because it also has bigger spreads, and it's been very messy for going for smaller. And but you see, it needs to be careful because it has jumps, ups and downs. That's why I would just sit and wait to see how this news we can use, what they're going to do. But that's my point. So if it's nothing, then possible to see maybe a little bit like you see I have it here, so more narrowing. So if it will be more smooth and narrowing in this area, well, I mean, okay, it might be, you see that level could be plus minus, slightly higher, slightly lower, then it could be a little bit more safer area to look for the possible entry points, because this level is, you see, because it's a very quite wide area. That's what I'm trying to say for me, and so that's why I would rather to see it a little bit more narrowing into this area. But I think the news should bring something this weekend. So oil, well, you can see this is what oil did. So that's why I was expecting, because of that dollar CAD, I was expecting to get you know, dollar a little bit stronger against Canadian, but it just, well, hasn't happened that way. So but anyway, oil did what I thought we would do, and I still see it going down. So you see, guys, I was telling you about it, so I don't see it going up yet. So I see it still continuing way down, and I still will be sitting and waiting for it to get lower before I will be looking for possible you know, buying it, like I'm saying. So let's see, will it be stopped by this previous bottom? It might be, it might go down a little bit, consolidate here. It might actually have a bit of a correction once again, and still, I think, still continue the way down. Well, it's October, still a month before election. I would, like I was telling you guys, I would still see it around this area maybe. So if it will fall around maybe here, then I will be, maybe I will look for the buys. Okay, so a little bit like I'm saying, 34. We had a previously gap here, but let's see, like 30. So maybe like 33, 34. Well, let's see 34. 33 is a little bit too much, I think. But anyway, we're still a little bit away, and the further, the lower it goes, it would be better to see and look for the possible entry points. But again, don't forget the swaps. Swaps were last time huge. That's why I'm not sure if I will get into it until the last moment maybe. So that's why let's see if it will go. You see here, it's on a bigger chart, it's even lower, right? If we have a downtrend channel like 32 something, the price of around 32, a little bit possible. We still have, you see, this October, we still have a good run of October before the election, because I still want to look into it to buy it after election, let's say it that way. So I still don't see it going up at that point. So that's it, guys. That's my view on the market for this coming week. If you like the video, of course, don't forget to subscribe, like. Don't forget to sign up with Telegram. Like I'm saying, if you want the new videos, this week will be lots of new videos coming. So if you don't want to miss them, then Telegram is your friend. Okay. So happy trading, everyone, and I see you in my next video. Bye.